Okay, everybody, let's see if this reading applies to you. Ask yourself, is there something I need to hear in this reading? And then you're going to pull. And if your fingers stay together, then that's a yes. If it's a no, they will come apart. This reading today is for people who already kind of know what they need to do. And the question is, how do I make myself do it? Okay, I know what I need to do, which is the case for most of us. How do I make myself do it? And so we're doing a Kipper spread with movement cards, and we're doing runes on top of each Kipper spread to provide added directive guidance. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. Let's just get started. So one of the first things that I'm noticing here is the marriage card. And so we have Kenaz in the marriage card, and we have Soolo in Hope Great Water, and we have Iwaz in Rich Girl. And so one of the things that this is saying is you need to actually first come to understand the relationship between a youthful energy and everything you want. Okay? Success, is going to come from protecting that youthful enthusiasm. It's that sense of like, not only can I do it, but I'm kind of entitled to it. It's a sense of just not having enough experience with failure that you're willing to just plunder in to new areas in order to be successful. Okay? So Iwaz in Rich Girl is saying you actually have to protect that. You have to protect that youth. You have to realize the connection between that youthful energy and a good outcome, like Hope Great Water. All right? Instead, a lot of us, we allow ourselves to start feeling very old and kind of depressed. This is Lagus in Sorrow. And so what this is saying here is that you have to actually, you can't get stuck in those feelings. You have to let those feelings flow, and you have to protect your youth. All right? If you don't let these feelings flow, then that is going to weigh down on your ability to allow difficult change to occur. So here we have Perthro in Living Room. So Living Room is a card that kind of has to do with your inner sanctum. It's that inner part of you, right? Perthro is kind of a wild card. You need to actually allow yourself to be uncomfortable, allow yourself to step in to the unknown. All right? And if you do that, then you can have, here's Fehu in the House of Fortune. Basically, everything you want will come to you. All right? But right next to it, there is a message that, but you have to be willing to do the things you need to do. So this is now these in unexpected money. And so what this is saying is really, you have to be a yes to any amount of success. So let's say that what you're trying to make happen is you're trying to increase your income. If that's what's happening, then if you have two options, one of them has more income attached to it and the other has less, of course you'll pick the one with more. But you're not going to say no to less if that's the only option you have. Because when you say no to any amount of something you want, you are going to be less likely to get more of that. Okay? Your yeses and your nos in lives direct future opportunities. They direct what doors will open. So you have to be a yes to whatever comes forward that you want more of, even if it's a small amount. And if you do that, then you can end up with a Fehu in Fortuna situation. But you also have to be willing to be uncomfortable in that process. All right? In fact, if we come down here, we can see a whole storyline that takes us up to Fortuna. And it tells the exact same story. All right. So here we have an illness card kind of combining together the prison card with the work card. And we have Hagalas, a rune of trouble and difficulty. In the work card, we have Gabo, which is a rune of kind of giving of yourself in a card of illness. And we have Tiwas, which is a rune of righteousness and right way and balance in the house of prison. So what this is saying, again, is that you are going to have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to be willing to do things that don't feel good. All right? You're going to have to give in ways that don't feel good. And this is actually the right thing to do. To actually feel that restriction is the right way to go. That is going to create a new beginning for you that leads you to this abundance of fortune situation. All right, so you can see how these things are consistent with each other. All right, you're going to have to be a little uncomfortable inside. You're going to have to say yes to things that maybe aren't exactly what you wanted, but that's what's going to open the doors. You have to do the hard work. You have to give in ways that make you uncomfortable, and that is what is going to lead you there. All right? That ability to say yes, that kind of rule that you put in place of, I'm going to say yes to anything that has any amount of my goal attached to it. That actually becomes a strength for you. This is the woman card, which is you, whether you're male, woman, or otherwise. And this is Urus on top of it. So this is a strength, okay? So that kind of rule actually provides a strength to you, all right? And it is your discipline that is going to protect you in this process. So this is Algis in military person, all right? So that discipline of saying yes to what you want, even if it's just in a small amount, that is going to be a major strength for you. That's what's going to open these doors. But it's going to make you uncomfortable every step of the way. Here's the thing, right? I think a lot of times we expect that something is supposed to just feel right. But if everything felt right, that was what you needed, you'd have what you needed by now. All right? We would tend to go down those paths because those would be the paths of least resistance. If you want something that is beyond what you currently have, you have to become something that is beyond what you currently are. And that will always involve growing pains. So I would say that the overall message here is you have to let go of this idea of being comfortable in this process. All right? You have to actually step in to pain, step in to the things that you're afraid of, and take some chances. And the thing that is going to help you do that is you have to actually get a younger mindset going on. You have to get kind of a young, excited, a little bit entitled mindset going on. And that will connect you to everything you want. Okay? So it's the balancing between rich maiden and sorrow. You have to let the sorrow flow. So anything that is making you feel old or depressed, you have to deal with it. You have to open right up to it and start letting it flow out, moving it out. And you need to become something younger in your heart and in your mind. And so that exuberance, that enthusiasm will give you what you need to face these difficult challenges. All right? And all of that will take you to what you want. Sowilo in Hope Great Water and Fehu in Fortuna. All right, everybody, that is my reading for you today. Good luck. I know you can do it. It's never easy, but you will learn so much from the process. You will grow so much in the process that it is always worth it. Our time on this planet is short, We are not here to just sit around and be as comfortable as possible. All right? It's okay for life to be hard. There's no escaping it. So you might as well embrace it and find a way to operationalize this system. All right, thanks so much. If you'd like a reading from me, feel free to find me on hiddenpathways.com. Otherwise, I'll see you in another video.